Vandeham Shiguro Shiyuta Padakamalam Shiguru Vaishnavam Cha Shirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Naraniti Namine Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audara Madhura Guna Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narantvam Shirasa Namami Tidanidam Bhakta Shiramanim Cha Shri Krishna Kapada Padabjaditaika Hridi Chaitanya Lilamrita Sarasaram Naranantam Satatam Prapadye Namo Vishnu Padaya Shri Keshava Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vamaniti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Acharasikaropine Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava iti Namine Atimatya Charitraya Svashitanam Chapaline Jivaduke Sadartaya Shinama Premadaine Gorasha Vigrahaya Krishna Kamaikacharine Rupanuga Pravaraya Vinodeti Svarupine Prabhupadantarangaya Sarva Sadguna Shaline Mayavada Tamognaya Vedantarta Vide Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati iti Namine Shri Varshavana Videvi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vigyana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Jvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gora Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shimurtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gora Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gora Shakti Svarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gora Virbhava Bhumestvam Nideshastajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarobhama Shri Jaganatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadaniyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanyam Namne Goratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Kari Priye. Jata Surato Pangor Mama Mandak Batergati Matsarvasa Padam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumada Shimat Ratnagara Simhasanasto Shimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalipi Sevyamano Smarami Shiman Rasa Rasarambi Vamshivata Stitaha Kansharvenu Svanair Gopi Gopinata Shiestunaha Vrinda Tulasi Devai Priya Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Pradedevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Panchatattmatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gurudev, 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 Gurudeva. Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Kripa Bina Nahi koi sadhan mal 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 Bhajamana Bhaja Nukshan Bhajamana Bhaja Nukshan Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Militanahi aisa durlabha janama Militanahi aisa Brahmatahu Chaudoha Bhuvan. Brahmatahu Chaudoha Bhuvan. किसी को मिलते हैं आहो भाग्य से, किसी को मिलते हैं आहो भाग्य से, हरि भक्तों के दर्शन, हरि भक्तों के दर Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana. Krishna Kripa Ki Ananda Murti, Ananda Murti, Ananda Murti, Ananda Murti, Krishna Kripa Ki Ananda Murti, Krishna Dina Jano Kano Danidan, Dina Jano Bhakti Bhava Prema Tina Prakashatam, Shri Guru Patita Pavan, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana Shruti Smriti aur Purana Magi, Kino Spashta Praman, Tanamana Jivana Guru Pade Arpanam, Shri Harinama Ratan, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada, Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada Virbhavatiti Ki Jai. Three nine. Three. Kana. Nidhi.
Sahara Kinkora Jaya Dharmana Me Pari Jaya Parampara Janubalo Mate Jaya Dharma Dasya Kyati Shri Purushottama Jati Taite Brahmanya Tirtha Suri Tirtha Tara Dasa Lakshmi Pati Vyasa Dasa Taite Madhavendra Puri Madhavendra Puri Vara Shisha Vara Shri Ishwar Nityananda Shri Advaita Vibhu Shwara Puri Caitanya Kori Lena Shri Chaitanya Jagat Guru Gaura Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu Shri Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Rupa Nuga Janera Jivana Shri Swarupa Damodara Shri Goswami Rupa Sanatana Rupa Priya Mahajan Jiva Raghunathan Tada Priya Kavi Krishna Dasa Krishna Dasa Priya Varanara Tama Seva Pada Asha Vishwanatha Bhakta Chata Baladeva Jagannatha Tada Priya Shri Bhakti Vinoda Bhagavata Vara Shri Gora Kishora Vara Hari Bhajanete Jaramoda Shiva Shabana Vivara Sada Sevya Seva Para Sanama Prabhupada Antaranga Shri Swarupa Rupanuga Shri Keshava Bhakti Pragyana Gaudiya Vedanta Vetamaya Vada Tamahanta Gauravani Prachara Chadama Srila Gauravani Bhakti Vedanta Swami Puraila Prabhupada Kama Vama Narayanan Gauravani Tade Pranadana E Sabaharijan Gaurangera Nichajan Tade Sriste Morakama Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara 36 Vrindavanavasi Jata Vaishnavera Gana Pratame Vandana Kori Sabaracharana Nilachalavasi Jata Mahaprabhu Gana Bhumite Podiya Vanjan Sabaracharana Navadvipavasi Jata Mahaprabhu Bhakta Sabaracharana Vanjan Ayanuragta Mahaprabhu Bhakta Jata Siti Sabaracharana Vanjan Pranati Jede Vase Gorangera Gana Udvakahu Kori Vanjan Sabaracharana Oyachena Hoi Bena Prabhu Jata Dasa Sabaracharana Vanjan Dante Kori Gasha Brahmanda Torite Shakti Jore Jane Jane Eveda Purane Guna Gaya Jeva Shune Mahaprabhu Kana Sabapati Tapavana Tailo Bemui Papilo Inusharana Vandana Korite Mui Kata Shakti Jori Tamaburi Joshe Mui Tamba Macha Kori Manera ulasa doshakshami moadame koro nija dasa sarva vancha siddhi hoyama bandha chute jagate durlabha hoya prema dana lute manera vasana puna achira deoya devaki nandana dasa elo bekoya Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur 200 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Koda Bhakta Vrinda Vande Rupa Sanatana Vatara Gunata Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Bhattasara Gunata Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Kori Swaparshada Sriya Dhamma Sahavatari Atyanta Dulabha Prema Kori Varedana Shikaya Sharana Gati Pakatera Prana Danya Atmani Vedana Gochit Vevarana Avasharakshi Ve Krishna Vishwasapalana Bhakti Anukula Matra Kayera Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Vajanangikara Saranga Sharanagati Jara Tahara Pratana Shune Shinanda Kumara Rupa Sanatana Pade Tante Trina Kori Pakati Vinoda Pade Tupada Jodi Kandiya Kandiya Bole Amito Adama Shikaye Sharanagati Korohe Utama Jaya Swapashara Jaya Korahari Swapashara Jaya Korahari Swapashara Jaya Korahari Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Korahari Sachinandan Jaya Korahari
গৌরাঙ্গা বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীরা, হরি হরি বলিতে না জ্ঞানে পাবে নিরা। গৌরাঙ্গা বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীরা, হরি হরি বলিতে না জ্ঞানে পাবে নিরা। আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদের করুণা হইবে, জানে করুণা সংসার বাসনা মোরা কবে তু চাহবে, সংসার বাসনা মোরা কবে তু চাহবে। বিষয় চাঁদিয়া কবে সুধা হবে মানা, কবে সুধা হবে মানা। হবে হম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবনা, হম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবনা। রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি, রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে কবে হম বুঝব সে যুগল পীড়িতে, হম বুঝব সে যুগল। রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে রাহু মোরে আশা, পদে রাহু মোরে প্রার্থনা করো সদা নরোত্তম দাস, গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীরা, হরি হরি বলিতে না জ্ঞানে পাবে নিরা। হবে পুলক শরীরা, হরি হরি বলিতে না। জয় গৌরানিতায়, জয় গৌরানিতায়, গৌরানিতায় জয় গৌরানিতায়, গৌরানিতায় জয় গৌরানিতায়, গৌরানিতায়। হরি বল হরি বল, হরি বল নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল।
do Namami Nandam. After? Rupa Manjari. Okay. Yeah. You know this tune? Find me. I didn't practice it, but I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. I didn't practice this tune because I didn't see it coming. Like 75, which is not very good. I know the basic, but I haven't practiced a lot. His 25 is like my 95.
Shirupamanjari pada sei mora sampada. Shirupamanjari pada sei mora sampada. Shirupamanjari pada sei mora sampada. Shirupamanjari pada sei mora sei mora bhajana pujan. Se mora sei mora pranadhana, sei mora abharana, sei mora sei mora jivanera jivan, sei mora sei mora rasanidhi, sei mora vanchasidhi, sei mora rasanidhi. Sei mora vedera dharan, sei mora vedera, sei mora vedera dharan. Sei vrata, sei tapa, sei mora mantra japa, sei vrata, sei vrata, sei mora dhara makaran. Anukule habe vidi, se padeho ibesidi. Nirakibo e dorinayane. Serupa maduri rasi pranakavalya chasi Prabhu kahabeni shidine Seura madari rasi pranakavalya chasi Prabhulita Havedi Shidine Amar Tuma Darshana Aki Gale Jarodeki Ar Tuma Darshana Aki Gararodeki Chiradana tapita pidana Jaja Prabhu Korodoya Dejo more padachaya Jaja Prabhu Korodoya Dejo more padachaya Narottamo lo sharana Narottamo lo sharana Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Jaya Shirupa Goswami, Shirupa Goswami, Shirupa Goswami, Jaya Shirupa Goswami.
Shirupa Goswami, Shirupa Goswami, Shirupa Goswami, Jaya Shirupa Goswami.
Haribo, 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 Nitago, Haribo.
Haribo, Haribo, Gouda Haribo.
Shirupa Manjari Parki Jai.
Okay, that was very beautiful. If you want to be able to sing it like Gurudev's disciples, like Krishnadas, the third line goes up. She'll show you. Want to show? Ready? Go. Yeah, Vasanti knows too. because they've heard it a million times from them. Se mora sampara, se mora jiva nirjivano. Oh. No, from the first line, just the first verse. Sri Rupa Manja. Louder. Se mora jivane jivana. Good, okay.
I will learn it.
You want to do Namami now? No, he was planning to do Namami after. Namami Nandana.
I didn't. I think you said Namani Nandananda.
Kadagra just said that he wanted to do it, but then she suggested to do Rupa Manjari first.
Okay. Namami Nandanandana.
Yeah.
And then Radha Krishna, Radha Kripa Kataksha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We do this all together.
Sucharu Vaktra Mandalam Sukarna Ratna Kundalam Sucharchitanga Chandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Pankajam Shikinti Shantamurdajam Ananga Koti Mohanam Namami Nandanandana Sunasika Gramoktikam Svachanda Danta Pantikam Navam Budanga Chikanam Namami Nandanandanam Karena Venuranjitam Karini Karindra Ganjitam Ukula Pita Shobhanam Namami Nandanandanam Tribanga Deha Sundaram Nakajuti Sudakaram Amulya Ratna Bhushanam Namami Nandanandanam Sugandha Anga Saurabham Uro Viraji Kaustubham Spurachi Vatsalanchanam Namami Nandanandanam Avanasunnagaram Vilasanugavasasam Surendra Garva Mochanam Namami Nandanandanam Vrajangana Sunayakam Sada Sukha Pradayakam Jaganmana Pralobanam Aminandanandanam Shinandanandanashtakam Patedya Shadayanvita Tared Bhavabdim Dustaram Labeta Dangriyumakam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam, Namami Nandanandanam, Brahmami Nandanandanam.
Anindra
Vrindavandite Triloka Shoka Harini, Prasana Vaktra Pankaje Nikunja Vilasini, Vrajendra Vanu Nandini, Vrajendra Sunu Sangate, Kada Karishyasi Hama, Kripa Kataksha Bhajan, Ashoka Vriksha Vallari, Matapastite, Pralavala Pallava, Prabharunangri Komale, Vaya Vaya Spurakare, Prabhuta Sampadalaye, Kada Karishyasi Hama, Kripa Kataksha Bhajan, Anangaranga Mangala, Prasanga Bangura Bhruvam, Ibraham Sasambramam, Driganta Banapatani, Virantaram Vashikrita, Praditi Nandanandane, Kada Karishyasi Hamam, Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, Taditsu Varna Champaka, Pradipta Gora Vigrahe, Mukha Prabha Parasta Koti, Sharadendu Mandale, Vichitra Chitra Sancharat, Chakora Shavalochane, Kada Karishyasi Hama, Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, Madon Madati Yovane, Pramoda Manda Bandite, Nuragaranjite, Kalavilasa Pandite, Ananya Dhanya Kunjaraja, Kamakeli Kovide, Kada Karishyasi Hamam, Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, Ashesha Hava Bhavadira, Hirahara Bhushite, Prabhuta Shata Kumbha Kumbha, Kumbhi Kumbha Sustani, Prashasta Mandahasya Churna, Purna Saukya Sagare, Kada Karishyasi Hamam, Kataksha Bhajanam, Vainala Vala Vallari, Tarangaranga Dorlate, Latagra Lasya Lola Lila, Lochana Valokane, Lalan Lulan Milan Manogya, Mugdana Magnashite, Kada Karishyasi Hamam, Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, Suvarna Malikanchitra, Trireka Kambukantage, Trisutra Mangaliguna, Triratna Dipti Diditi, Salola Nila Kuntala, Prasuna Kucha Gumpite, Vada Karishyasi Hama, Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Nitam Bimbalambamana Pushpame Kalagune Prashastaratna Kinkini Kalapamadya Manjule Arindra Shunda Dandikava Roja Saubagoruke Kadakarisha Sihamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Aneka Mantrandada Manjunu Puraravaskala Samajaraja Hamsavamsha Nikvanati Gorave Vilola Hema Valari Vidambicharo Chankrame Kadakarisha Sihama Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Ananta Koti Vishnu Loka Namra Padma Jarchite Himadrija Pulomaja Virinchi Javrara Prade Aparasiddhiri Digda Satpadangulina Ke Kadakarisha Sihama Kataksha Bhajanam Makeshvari Kriyeshvari Swadeshvari Sureshvari Triveda Bharatishvari Pramana Shasaneshvari Vranjeshvari Kshameshvari Pramoda Kananeshvari Brajeshwari Brajanadipe Shiradike Namostute Ti Mamadbhutam Stavam Nishamya Bandhu Nandini Karotu Santatam Janam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Bhaveta Daiva Sanchita Trirupa Karma Nashanam Bhaveta Davrajendra Sunu Mandala Praveshanam Bhaveta Davrajendra Sunu Mandala Praveshanam. Jayo, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe. Jayo Krishna, Jayo Krishna, Jayo Krishna, Jayo Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada. Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Oh Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Oh Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Oh Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo. Tai Gaura Premanande Hari Haribo.
Agyanam Chimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Twadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namah Yang Pravrajantam Manupetam Apetakrit Dvaipayano Viraga Taruva Juhava Putri Ditanmayataya Taravo Banedos Tang Sarvabhu Tarhridayam Muni Manatosmi Bhaktya Vinay Aparada Lakshay Chaptasya Kamadi Tarangamadi Kripamai tvam sharanam prapadyam Prinde namaste charanarvindam Tavoivasmi, Tavoivasmi Na jivami tam bina iti vigyaya radhe tam nayamam charanantike. Can you make it louder? First, I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sat Shishimad, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudevs, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sat Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, to Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, to our grandfather gurus, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj and Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada, especially on this his divine appearance day, Vyasa Puja day, and to all of his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees, and to the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus, who are my Shiksha Guru, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj, and Shri Sri Turiya Prabhu, my god brother in Maui, right? Maui? In Hawaii. You're initiated by him, right? Right. Okay. Oh, nice, nice. He has. Turiya Prabhu has. Wow, I didn't know that. Please offer him my obeisances. And so we want to formally welcome my god brother, Sri Shamakund Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's disciple. And what's your name? Radhanath Prabhu. Okay. So today is the divine appearance day of Srila Prabhupada. So we're first going to begin by uttering his pranam mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namani, meaning Vishnu Padaya. He's very near and dear to Krishna and this earth, and he's always living at the lotus feet of Vishnupad. But which Vishnu is that? Srila Gurudev explains, Vikriti tam Brajabadubir idam cha Vishnu, as the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam states, that is, a sober person will hear about, and a sober person who hears about the glories of Krishna, who was like Vishnu in the sense that he was everywhere in the Rasa Lila. And all the gopis were thinking he was just dancing with them, but actually he was everywhere at the same time. So Nama, I offer myself to that Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya, very dear to Krishna on this earth. Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta, that means he is the embodiment of all Bhakti Siddhanta, the Mortiman or Vigraha of all Bhakti Siddhanta. That means everything, all the knowledge that's coming down from Vyasadeva to Narada to Vyasadeva, Brahma to Narada to Vyasadeva to Madhva, down to Madhavendra Puri, and the Panchatattva and the Goswamis, all of their literature throughout their disciplic succession, like Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, all the way down to our Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, he embodies that actually. Then Shivar Sabanavi Devi, Doi Taya Kripa Doi. I offer my pranam to Sri Vrishabhanu Nandini, Vrishabhanu Nabi Dayata Das. That means that he has two forms. One form is here in this world as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada, and he has another form as the near and dear maidservant of the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, Srimati Radhika. And in that form, her name is Nayana Manjari, or Nayana Mani Manjari, which means that he is the, or she, in that form, is the glance of Srimati Radhika. When she looks towards Krishna and engages in all those pastimes with her eyes, and then when she, with those eyes filled with her pastimes, she looks towards the world in compassion. So in that way, Mani Manjari, Nayana Mani Manjari. Krishna Sambandha Bigyanam. Krishna Sambandha means our relationship with Krishna, and Sambandha means relationship. So Krishna Sambandha Bigyanam. Not like me, who only gives theoretical knowledge. He gives Bigyanam, means realized knowledge, because he's experiencing all the tattva, all the siddhanta, all the pastimes. And he's a pure tattva gya, knower of all siddhantas, and rasik. He's the taster of all the mellows. So when he speaks, what comes out of his mouth is impregnation. Like if a husband is potent and the wife is receptive, then when they unite, they get a baby. So when he speaks, that transcendental knowledge goes in and eventually becomes manifest in the heart of the hearer. Bigyanam Dayane Prabhave Namaha. So he gives realization of that eternal relationship, and Dayane Prabhave Namaha. He's the, like all pure devotees of his caliber, he is the ocean of mercy. Madhu Jojila Primadya. Whatever he speaks is enriched with Madhurja Ujjvala, means the brilliance of Madhurya Ras, enriched with Madhurya Ras. In other words, he is the giver of not only Raganuga Bhakti, which is the, I remember Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, when we were in Maui, he asked Turiya Prabhu to speak about what is the meaning of Raganuga Bhakti, what is the meaning of Rupanuga Bhakti. It was a very nice gathering. So, Rupanuga Bhakti Da. He didn't only give Raganuga Bhakti, which is the, in general, the greed for any of the relationships of any of the Ragatmika or eternal associates of Krishna, but particularly he gives Rupanuga Bhakti, just like we sang Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. Means that he's a worshipper of Rupa Manjari, and he gives the following, the pure following of Rupa Goswami and Rupa Manjari. and teaches the pranali or process method of entering that realm as one of her followers. Sri Gour Karuna Shakti. That is, he's the power of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Gour Karuna Shakti Vigraha. Vigrahaya. Aya means, as you know, unto the Vigraha, the embodiment of the Shakti or power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. And when we sing his kirtan in the morning, we see that even the best of sannyasis worships him and offers obeisances to him. Then Namaste Gaudavani, again Gaudavani, just like our Srila Prabhupada is Gaudavani Pracharani. He's always speaking that Gauravani. And what is the Gauravani? Gauravani is Sri Shikshastakam. Gauravani is that wonderful verse by Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur that our acharyas quote, Arajo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Karchirupashanam Brajabadu Bhargena Jakalpita Shrimad Bhagavatam Paranamamalam Prema Pramarto Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tajadaro Na Para. So Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Araju Bhagavan, he's not saying, he's saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is his Vani, Araju Bhagavan, my worshipful deity, Brajesh Tanayas, is the son, the darling son of Nanda Maharaj Brajesh, not Tadama Vrindavanam, and his abode, Vrindavan, is non-different. So I equally worship Vrindavan Dham. And he said, I'm not a worshipper of Dwarkadish Krishna, because there, Rukmini, Satyabhama, and the other queens are subservient to him. He said, I'm the worshipper of that Krishna who is subservient to Srimati Radhika and the gopis. That's the next line. Ramya Karchit Upashanam Brajabadu Bhargena Ja Kalpita. Kalpita means imagined. So when Srila Prabhupada was translating this verse, he said, there's no greater worship than the worship that was manufactured by the gopis. Ramya Karchit Upashanam, the worship of the Braj Ramanis or the Braj gopis. Brajabadu, the wives of the, so-called wives of the Brajabasis. Bhargena Ja Kalpita, there's no greater worship. And what is the evidence for this? Srimad Bhagavatam Paranamamalam. There's no better evidence that the gopis are the highest, because as Krishna says to the gopis after he returned from hiding in the rasa dance, that your worship is the highest and I won't be able to repay you even if I have a lifetime of Brahma. So let your own devotion be their payment, because I have no capacity to pay you. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam. This is the opinion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauravani. Tadradaro Napara. And I have no interest in anyone else's opinion. So Namaste Gauravani Srimortaye. Sri Murti means again, he's the Murti of Gauravani. Dinatarane, and he is most merciful. Then, very important, Rupanuga, Varudyapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harani. Rupanuga, any philosophy that's against or neglects the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami and his followers, these Apasiddhantas, these against philosophies, Dvanta Harane, he was always smashing them. The Sahajiyas, just like Prabhupada, one of his main attacks was against the scientists and the atheists and the impersonalists. One of the main attack points of Srila Prabhupada, all these of course, but also the Sahajiya Babajis. And Srila Gurudev said that again, the Sahajiyas are now not only in Radhakund and Vrindavan, but all over the world. He said, because I'm here now, I'm subduing them, but I don't know what will happen after I leave. So that is his pranam mantra. And before his appearance, after the disappearance of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Baladev Vijayabhusam Prabhu, there was a dark period, and the Sahajiyas were completely taken over, and those who claimed to be Gaudiya Vaishnavas were also just like debauchees, just like the Sahajiyas. And then people who say their father died would invite these so-called Gaudiya Vaishnavas to sing kirtan as they carried the palanquin of the dead, the deceased. And then the kirtan would be Hare Krishna. You couldn't even tell that it was the Hare Krishna mantra. Then they would get paid, and then at night they would count their money. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, besides defeating them all himself, he was the first one to re-establish the integrity of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. He prayed, in Prabhupada's words, he prayed for a ray of Vishnu. He prayed to Krishna, please send me someone from your own stock, means Goloka Vrindavan. And then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur came, and Vasanti is going to be speaking about his childhood pastimes in just a few moments. So he predicted, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicted, Utkale Purushotame, in this Jagannath Puri, a great Mahapurush will make his appearance. And before Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, devotees were either performing bhajan in their own bhajan kutis, or many of them weren't preaching properly, or they were preaching to a very small class, but it certainly wasn't being spread around the world. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur stated that he wants preaching like Narada Muni all over the universe. And he quoted Chaitanya Charitamrita, Priti Vite Ache Yari Nagaradi Gram, in every town and village. And so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came for that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and very important, I'm going to save your childhood pastimes for a few minutes because, I'm not going to say it. Vasanti will be speaking about his childhood pastimes, like when he was put on the Jagannath cart at 6 months, when he was initiated by his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, with the Kurma mantra, and he went to school but didn't like the school because they didn't teach properly. When his father sent him to a king's son to teach him, and what happened in relation to that, and then how his father engaged him after that. But I want to speak about how much time do you have here, Prabhu? For his, oh, oh, oh. Amazing. Do you have any particular time constraint of being here or not? Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Right. Would you like to say anything, by the way, in glorification of Srila Prabhupada? I know I meant his Prabhupada because it's his Prabhupada's appearance day. Oh, our Prabhupada saved you. Oh, you mean Srila Gour Govinda Das Babaji Maharaj? It says so much. You did a good job. That's very humble. So he's referring to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the father and natural teacher of Srila Prabhupada, but it's not quite proper to take initiation from your father. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted his student, that is Srila Gour Govinda Das Babaji, to give initiation to his son. So he sent him, but Srila Gour Govinda Das Babaji Maharaj said, as Prabhu mentioned, that, oh, you are such a great scholar, erudite, don't take initiation from me. Besides, I didn't yet get permission from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I haven't talked about this with him. I'll ask him and then I'll get back to you. So then Srila Prabhupada was determined, and so he went back to him later, and he said, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur asked, well, did you speak with Mahaprabhu yet? No, I forgot to speak to him. I'll speak to him. So he was getting Srila Prabhupada so frustrated that he decided, if I can't take initiation, then I'll fast until death. And so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur went to Srila Gour Govinda Das Babaji Maharaj, said, do you want to kill my son? So it was at that time that Srila Gour Govinda Das Babaji Maharaj accepted him as his only disciple. So thank you for bringing that up. So one very important thing, many important things, is that at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu and his associates and his forefathers like Madhavendra Puri and his spiritual master like Ishvara Puri, they wore saffron cloth, the cloth of the sannyasi. And so Sanatana Goswami, who was a follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, the other Goswamis, they didn't want to seem like they were trying to be on his level. So out of their humility, they wore white. And that was going on a little ways down the disciplic succession. But then, after Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur and his disciple, Srila Baladev Bijibhusam Prabhu, the so-called followers, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, in the course of time, the science as it is appears to be lost. And so now, Arjuna, I'm reviving it with you. So they became degraded. They became like debauchees, sometimes wearing gopi dresses and then having affairs, sometimes having many girlfriends in the name of Padakiya Ras, and sometimes having their own ex-wife as their maidservant. So, because of their degraded behavior, none of the intellectual or respected people of society had any regard. In fact, they had disdain and hate for the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, with his very powerful scholastic preaching and evidence of what is Gaudiya Vaishnavism, what are the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he turned that around. And then he passed that down to his son, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, because although he was able to hold it back some, it was still rampant. And so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur's, one of his preachings was to smash those who were against Rupanuga. That was one of the big Abhisiddhantas. And so there were, sometimes it says 13 groups of Sahajism, sometimes 39. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was so furious about how the so-called Gaudiya Vaishnavas were behaving and ruining the reputation of Gaudiya Vaishnavism and the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the teachings of the Goswamis, that he reestablished Varnashram and the system of taking sannyas. And he proved that sannyas, who was hated by the Sahajiyas, saying that sannyas is one of the items that are prohibited in Kali Yuga. He established that only Sahajiya sannyas or Mayavad sannyas was prohibited, but not bona fide sannyas. So he not only reestablished the sannyas system, which he gave evidence from so many revealed scriptures, so many Puranas, that sannyas is discussed, sannyas was practiced. But he also established the other varnas and ashram, and single-handedly reestablished the entire varnashram system, but not the caste varnashram system. But he reestablished the by quality system of varnashram. That is, a Brahmin, for example, is not a Brahmin by family lineage, but by quality. And one gets initiated by a bona fide guru. And just as bell metal is transferred into gold by the process of mercury, so a Sudra can be transferred from a Sudra to a Brahmana by the process of bona fide initiation. We have a website which is called Unconventional Teachers dot something. She's going to find that. So this website was made by Srila Gurudev's disciples. It was in Italy, I think, Vasanti, that Srila Gurudev called me into his room, which was a rare treat. And he said that somebody, one of my godbrothers, came out with a CD called The Universal Teacher about Srila Prabhupada. And in there, this CD tried to prove that Srila Gurudev's speaking about Braj Bhakti and Gopi Bhav was Sahajya, and that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur was against speaking about Braj Bhakti. And they showed Srila Gurudev's Gita Govinda right there in the CD. So Gurudev called me because I had previously written with the assistance of other devotees articles against those who were either misunderstanding Prabhupada or against Prabhupada or against Srila Gurudev. So he said, I want an article to show that shows the real teachings of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. How when he was in Radhakund, he said, so I've been speaking about Tattva Siddhanta in order to cut all the jungles of Mayavad and Sahajism. But I have to speak about, that's the negative. Don't do Mayavad, don't do Sahajya, don't do scientists, don't do atheists. But if we don't speak about the positive, what to do, what is the reality, what is the goal of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, then everyone will become Mayavadis. Because if you're just saying not this, not that, then there's nothing left but nothing. So there's some nice articles there on that website if you'd like to take a look about how he's glorifying Braj Bhakti and the gopis and so on. Madhurya Ras. In fact, in his Pranam mantra, we see Madhur Jojala Prema Aja Sri Rupa Nuga Bhaktida and Gauravani Pracharane, Gauravani Mortaye. So,
could you remind us the name of that website?
Unconventional Teachers. It's a play on the word .com. It's a play on the word universal teacher, which is supposedly about Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then, just before his departure, he called all of his disciples and he said, now I want you to all really fully give up the concentration on this body, which is rotten, and sacrifice this body in the service of Radha and Krishna. Take shelter of Vishaya Tattva, that is Krishna, through Ashraya Tattva. This is his last speech. to his disciples. Ashraya Tattva we approach, that is Srimati Radhika, through Sri Guru, through Guru Tattva. Don't fight amongst yourselves, cooperate for the spreading of the Sankirtan movement. And then he said, again he spoke about it's not complete to just speak about Tattvasiddhanta without going into ras. And so he said, then Gurudev said he started turning different colors, like reddish, orangish. And he said he started glorifying Srimati Radhika and compared her love with the love of Chandravali. That Chandravali's love is Tadiya, and Radharani's love is Madhya Bhav. And Tadiya means I'm yours, I'm Krishna's. So Krishna is not so controlled by that kind of love, but he's controlled by Madhya Bhav, which is Krishna's mind, because he follows that mood and he becomes the complete property of that Saki. And he was saying how Chandravali says, I just don't get it. Radharani is always so contrary to Krishna, who's so nice. I don't want to have any association with her. And she was saying, I just don't get it. How, even though the only thing that fully controls Krishna is man and contrariness, she doesn't do that at all. So therefore there's two opposing groups there. I wonder if it's time to call on Vasanti. Should we do that? Would you like to speak about the, I want to show my godbrother how nicely Gurudev's disciple speaks about Srila Prabhupada's Prabhupada. She's going to speak about some of the childhood pastimes of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. Is anybody else prepared to speak? Are you prepared to speak? All right. Okay. Okay, you want to come over? Huh? At when? What phone call? Oh. Yeah, we have to also do Guru Puja, Vyas Puja. All right. You can do 10 minutes and I'll do 10 minutes. Is anybody else prepared? Okay.
I didn't specifically prepare, but I feel like it's important to say something.
Okay. We can do on Sunday also. What did you want to speak about, Haridas?
I wanted to speak about all of the disciples who Srila Prabhupada is sending to the West to preach.
Good.
Okay. Jnanatimanasya gnanjana salakaya
Speak more into the mic.
chakshurunmilitam jena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha Panchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So first I'll offer my heartfelt obeisances to my beloved Holy Master, Nitya Vishnu Vishnu Padasota Sota Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Also into Nitya Vishnu Vishnu Padasota Sota Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Bhakti Goswami Maharaj, Nitya Vishnu Vishnu Padasota Sota Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and to Nitya Vishnu Vishnu Padasota Sota Shishimad Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, whose divine appearance day is today, and also unto Srila Gour Govinda Maharaj, whose divine disappearance day is today.
Yeah, we'll definitely continue this on Sunday. There's so many important points. Okay,
So,
go ahead.
Begging for their causeless mercy. and Dhanyavad Pranam. Seniors headed by Srimati Sharmanidhi and Shrimad Shamakun Prabhu. So one time somebody asked our Srila Gurudev, where is Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur right now? He said, Gurudev said, somebody asked me a new question. Where is Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada now? And I gave a new answer. He said that he is in every atom. So he's everywhere. So although being everywhere for human-like pastimes and to deliver fallen souls like myself, Srila, his father in this world, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, gave a very important contribution to us, to this world, which is his son, Srila Saraswati Thakur. And as Shamarani said, there was so much Apar Sampradaya to hold back, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur did as much as he could. He did a lot, did a tremendous, and he continued that through his lion-like son, Srila Saraswati Thakur. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was born he appeared in Puri, Jagannath Puri, and his mother's name was Bhagavati Devi. And when he was born, there was so many auspicious symbols. His umbilical cord was around his neck already, like a Brahmin thread, and he had already had tilak, right?
The sign of
Oh
Tilak.
yeah, the sign of tilak, and impressions of neck beads, kantimala on his neck. And so Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur told his wife, this is not an ordinary boy. So,
What is he?
he said he's taken birth in Puri, and I prayed to Bimala Devi for this boy, who's the consort of Lord Jagannath. So he's come by the mercy of Lord Jagannath and Bimala Devi. Therefore, they named him Bimala Prasad.
And he's a great Mahapurush, and he'll preach all over
He'll
the
preach
world.
all over the world, which he did, especially through the arm of our beloved Srila Prabhupada, who created a revolution by the order of his guru, who ordered him to come because said no one else could do it. He spoke such good English, Srila Prabhupada. So after 6 months, when the baby was ready for his grain ceremony, then since Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he organized the Rath Yatra, he was able to freely go onto Lord Jagannath's cart. So at 6 months, he took baby Bimala Prasad, and he got the first grain, Maha, from Lord Jagannath, and fed it to him. And at that moment, Lord Jagannath's garland fell onto him. And so that's also a sign of great auspiciousness. We've seen also with Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami when he prayed to Madan Mohan to be able to be the scribe for Chaitanya Charitamrita. Madan Mohan's garland fell. Similarly, also at the time when Srila Param Gurudev left, Srila Bhakti Keshava Goswami Maharaj, whose appearance day we celebrated 2 days ago, right the moment he left during Gaur Arati, Radharani's garland fell. So it's extremely auspicious. As he grew up, he was, his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, gave him a deity of Korma, and then he gave him mantras and, not the dictionary, he gave him Harinam and some mantras to be able to worship Korma Dev. So I thought I always wonder why. So why would he give him Korma Dev? So interesting. So he would always be with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, going to different saptahas and recitations, and classes of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita.
What did he carry on his head when he went?
He would always carry the books. He would carry all the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjvala Nilamani, all these high books. He would carry them, and he would go with his father. Oops. And then similarly, as we heard the other day about Param Gurudev, Srila Saraswati Thakur, both of them had done it when they went to school. They thought, what am I doing here? what are they going to teach me? What can they possibly teach me? I could be teaching them. So, yeah. But before he went to school, I'll just tell one more pastime, the king and the astrologer. Oh, and because of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, we have, right? Didn't Gour Saraswati order him? Didn't he do the calendar? Isn't it Saraswati Thakur who did the calendar? Because of Srila Saraswati Thakur, we have our Vaishnava calendar, all the dates of our illustrious holy days, Gaur Purnim, and appearance days and disappearance days of all of our acharyas, and Janmashtami. He was ordered to, since he was a great astrologer, he was ordered to make our Vaishnava calendar.
Who ordered him?
Srila Gour Kishore Babaji Maharaj.
Jagannath.
Oh, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So, there's one pastime. Sorry. Okay. The governor of Bengal, named Ashutosh Mukherjee. That's not what I'm looking for. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Different pastime. There was once a king of India at the time named. There was the king of Kashim Bazar, and he was a very good friend of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And so he asked Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I need a tutor for my son. I want him to learn astrology and be very good at knowing the movements of the sun and the moon. So Srila
Not
Saraswati,
only astrology, but just
general knowledge. And so Srila Saraswati Thakur taught him that actually all of this, he was teaching him that all of this, all the movements of the moon, all the movements of the sun, everything comes from Krishna. So he was teaching him Krishna, all the Krishna philosophical truths of Krishna consciousness. And this boy became so renounced and such a good devotee. And the mother became so upset and said, what's happening? My boy's going to become a renunciate. And if this happens, I'm going to take poison. So please fire this.
if you don't fire him, I'm going to take poison.
Yeah, I'm going to kill myself if you don't fire him. So the king felt badly, but he had to do so. And they said, well, they paid such a high salary. So they told Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we're firing your son, but we'll still give the salary. So,
Did he take it?
salary? No. He wasn't going to take money from these people. So, yeah, that's it. So these are just a touch of the childhood pastimes of such a great soul, Saraswati Thakur. For an example for us, and when he was at that king's house, though, there was all the scriptures. And so within just a short time, he studied them all. Even though he knew everything, it was self-realized, he studied all the books and he became proficient in all tattva. Hare Krishna. Passerbys. So on this, my pond story, though, my favorite story. But we got to move on. I'll tell it on Sunday.
Pond story?
Pond.
Go ahead.
I'll tell it on Sunday.
It's a good one.
Okay. So as we know and we've heard, as Saraswati Thakur became such a strong acharya, he started Sri Navadvip Dham Parikrama, and Hare Krishna, welcome. Hey, Jim. Yeah. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Ellie.
Saraswati Thakur, he started Sri Navadvip Dham Parikrama, and it was very, very huge.
You can sit on the chairs if you like.
Mm-hmm. And he would go personally, and he would scout out the areas and take care of all the pilgrims so graciously. So he was looking for a place. He found a very great, wonderful field in Champahati, which is the place of Jayadev Goswami. And he said, yes, let's take this place. He told all his disciples, arrange this. So the next day, the locals, some things went missing, like their kitchen appliances, and so they said, oh, it must have been this Vaishnava that came looking scouting here. So they made a police report and they accused Saraswati Thakur of stealing their kitchen equipment. And there was a big, at that time, India was run by the English, so there was a very prominent English, someone high up in the police force. And he knew how great Saraswati Thakur was. So he went to the police department and he said, I have a claim to make.
But he dressed up as an ordinary person.
Oh, right. Thank you. He dressed up as an ordinary person and he went to the police because he was a great magistrate. He went to the police and he said, I have a claim to make. They said, my pond was stolen. And then the police were like, what? Your pond? How can a pond be stolen? He's like, this is ridiculous. And he said, if someone can accuse, it's more ridiculous for someone to be able to accuse Srila Saraswati Thakur, who is such a great, pure devotee of the Lord. If they accuse him of stealing, this is equivalent to being able to steal a pond. And so then the police understood that it was a farce and they dropped the complaint. And then those people felt so bad that they made this false accusation against such a great soul. And to forgive their offenses, they went to him and prayed and offered their land as in return to him. And that land is Champahati, which is the deities there are worshipped by Gadadhar Pandit's brother, Vaninath. Yeah, Shivaninath. So it's a very extremely holy site, and that became a Gaudiya Mat because of that false accusation. So praying on this holy day that develop strong, be bold, and be brave and powerful, an inkling of his boldness to speak the truth of this philosophy, and
He never compromised.
never compromised. Oh, sorry. What about the mango? His last childhood story. Not last, but when he took a mango that wasn't offered and said he'd never have a mango again. No, not true. Okay. Why does everyone talk about it then? Because he would never eat anything that's not offered.
No, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Gaur Premanandi.
Thank you. Very good. Lots of nice pastimes. Lots of nice memories. So you're going to speak for a few minutes then? Okay. And we'll definitely have more on Sunday.
Namo Vishnupada Radhika Pyatuni Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Narayanti Namani Shri Krishna Katri Sudakshna Madhura Madhura Gunarishuktam Varavarayam Purusham Bhakantam Dhanatashya Saramami Didadrinam Bhakta Shiromani Chashi Krishna Pratam Chariteka Kriti Chaitanya Vanavita Sara Saram Narantasiddhatam Prabhadiya. I offer my most humble obeisances to my Guru Pada Padma Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, to my
Are you paying attention, Nikunja?
to my Shiksha Guru, Shrimati Shamarani Devi Guru Mata, my benefactor for many, many years, and Paranguru Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Pragankesha Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Prabhupada, to whole Guru Parampara, and all the present senior and junior devotees. Hare Krishna. English is not my native language. Please forgive me for any inconveniences. But Guru Mata told me to say something.
He's from Serbia. All the way there in Serbia.
Yes, all the way. I wanted to read one song from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada, which is for sadhaka very relevant, very practical, and gives that uncompromised direction for bhajan. So should I read only English or with Sanskrit, or maybe not Sanskrit?
Well,
Bengali, actually.
a lot of times we find in the Navadvip parikramas
Yeah.
and Brajmandal parikramas that the senior sannyasis would speak something in their native language, and every once in a while they'd break into a verse singing and then come back to their native language. So you're welcome to do that if you like.
Hare
Generally English because of time, and then once in a while you can sing a verse.
Okay. So, the song is Vaishnava Ke, 385. I will surely first read first verse in Bengali, which is actually the stamp of the whole song, so to say. Dushtamana tumi kiser Vaishnav, pratishtara tare nirjane raghare, tava harinam kevala kaitav. O wicked mind, what kind of Vaishnava are you? Your chanting, which you perform, is in a solitary place for the sake of prestige, is only pretense. Jadera pratishta shukarera bishta, jano nakitaha mayara vaibhav, kanaka kamini divasa jamini, pabia ki kaja anitya se sab. Worldly fame is the excrement of hogs. Do you not know that it is the wealth of Maya? What is the use of fixating day and night on wealth and women when all these are temporary? Here, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada, refers to 3 traps of Maya. Kanaka means wealth, Kamini means women, and in women's case the man, the male, and Pratishta. Pratishta, some sort of prestige. And Srila Bharati Maharaj says that for fixed sadhaka, usually Kanaka and Kamini obstacles are not so difficult to overcome, but Pratishta, it's extremely hard to overcome. So, at that point, Srila Prabhupada elaborates it further. Your wealth is a source of sense enjoyment. Use it to serve Madhav, the husband of Lakshmi Devi. Fulfilling the desires of women is not your domain, for their sole master is Sri Yadav. He alone can fully satisfy their desires. The tree of the desire for prestige is like the mirage in the desert that Ravana was unable to attain by fighting Shri Raghav, meaning Ramachandra. Be steadfast in your acceptance of the prestige that comes from being a Vaishnava. If you do not observe this, then you will go to the hellish planet known as Raurava. Envying the devotees of Sri Hari is an affliction arising from your desire for prestige. So why do you see so much glory in that prestige? Here Srila Prabhupada even directly points out the direct destination of cultivating such meditation, one of 27 hellish planets called Raurav. The spiritual fame that follows the Vaishnavas is never to be considered a temporary material glory, for it occurs in a relationship to Sri Hari and is devoid of the stench of Maya. In it, there is never any mundane duplicity.
So it's saying just that for a pure devotee, that spiritual fame is not Maya.
Yeah. Now he says in verse 6, Pratishta Chandali, it's very interesting, Nirjana Tajal, Ubaye Janiho Maika Raurava, Kirtana Chadibo, Pratishta Makibo, Kikaja Dudia Tadrisha Gaurava. know that the dog eating outcast woman of worldly prestige. So he very much personifies those obstacles. And the snare of solitude, that is solitary bhajan, are both illusory hells. I shall give up kirtan and smear myself with worldly honor by performing solitary bhajan. What is the use of seeking such glory? Always know that Madhavendra Puri never stole, that is, he never falsely displayed, the symptoms of bhav. Your fame is the excrement of hogs. So he said it twice. When somebody says it more than once in Vaishnava tradition, that means it's very, very important. Never consider it to be equivalent to his. Under the control of envy, you have drowned yourself in mundane rasa by renouncing the sublime beauty of kirtan. Therefore, O wicked mind, you fraudulently propagate solitary bhajan, which is the useless wealth of a false renunciate. Srila Prabhupada very often quotes that song, Dushtamana, in sense that he says that solitary bhajan in some secluded place, it's a way of cheating, and Maya can easily entrap that soul. You should meditate upon all that Srimad Mahaprabhu taught with great care to Srila Sanatana Goswami. Never forget the following two instructions. Chant the holy names of Sri Hari in a loud voice, and never consider Palgu and Yukta Vairagya, false and appropriate renunciation, to be the same, and never consider Bhada and Mukta Jivas, bound and liberated souls, to be the same. That person whom wealth, women, and the tigress of prestige... Tigress of prestige, again personification, have given up is indeed a Vaishnava. Such a person is a detached pure devotee before whom material existence accepts defeat. Where only those sense objects necessary to maintain the body are accepted, there is no disease or pitfall. Nahi tata roga. Roga means disease, or can be also in undersense pitfall. What else can be said about such detachment? When free from attachment, one sees all objects of enjoyment in connection with Madhav. Now he says, Se yukta vairagya, taha to saubhagya, taha ijadete harira vaibhav, kirtane jahar pratishta sambhar, tahara sampati kevala kaitav. This is appropriate renunciation, and great fortune is found there. Indeed, in the material realm, the wealth of Sri Hari is found therein. However, the glory of one who performs kirtan to enhance his reputation is merely fraudulent. Give up both the desire of renouncing worldly objects and craving for mundane pleasure.
So that means that if somebody's a nice singer, or he thinks he's a nice singer, and he has the desire to be appreciated for his kirtan, then he's just a fraud.
Yes, yes. Srila Bharati Maharaj once said that I find myself very much into it. He said it's proper way for sadhaka to, when he gives a speech, to speak actually for himself, to remember for his own self. Give up both the desire of renouncing worldly objects and craving for mundane pleasure. O mind, for both are unbefitting a Vaishnava. Connection of these two propensities with Shri Krishna is the source of transcendence. That connection is never possible for materialists. As Shri Krishna says personally in Gita, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati, there is no other way to reach him. The hearts of those who accept the philosophy of impersonalism are directed away from Shri Krishna. Arrogant about their liberation, they blaspheme the Vaishnavas. Your aspiration for bhakti depends on service to the Vaishnavas, so why have you invited this struggle with solitude? A false renunciate who calls himself an ascetic can never become a Vaishnava. By giving up the lotus feet of Shri Hari and increasing his solitude, the glory of whatever result he obtains is simply a sham. I had to see in the dictionary what is sham. I didn't know.
You know now?
No, yeah. Deceit. Becoming situated in Radha Dasya, the service of Shri Radha, release yourself from the serpent of material enjoyment. Know that the desire for respect and adoration is not the glory of Kirtan. O mind, having given up the association of Shri Radha's eternal servants, why have you adopted the fraudulent practice of solitary bhajan? The residents of Raj are the true preachers and wealth of the Lord. They are not beggars of worldly fame who are like corpses. Indeed, because they are infused with life, they propagate the narrations of Shri Krishna everywhere, devoid of any desire for prestige. And in the verse 18, the author says, Shri Daita Dasa Kirtanete Asha Karo Uchai Svare Harinam Rav Kirtana Prabhave Smarana Hoive Se Kale Nirjana Bhajana Sambhav. Shri Daita Das, meaning Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada, places all his hopes in Kirtan. O mind, chant the names of Shri Hari in a loud voice, because through the potency of Kirtan, remembrance of the Lord will arise. Only at that time will solitary bhajan be possible.
Interesting. So much stress on loud kirtan, together kirtan.
Yes. I wanted to say, if it's okay, just few more things. One of these is connected with topic of Haridas Prabhu, so I will not talk it about it. You wanted to, you wanted to speak about preaching to the West, yeah? Sure. Okay. No, I just wanted to say one prequel of that. Yeah, one very interesting information that is to be found during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence on the earth. He was manifesting loud kirtans everywhere in Bharat. It seems to be that kirtan was not felt in Bharat only. In Europe, at that time, appeared humanism and Renaissance as some sort of liberating from some dogmas, from some, I don't know how to say, from some clutches that some Kaitava religions were making in Europe. And one special occasion happened in 1518. That was a dancing plague. It happened in Strasbourg. It's very interesting. Officially, it is said that one lady on July 14 went out from her house and started to dance out of nothing, with no apparent music, nothing. She was dancing, and then her daughter joined her, and after a few hours, 50 people minimum, maybe they say up to 400 people, they were dancing on the street of Strasbourg. No music, nothing. They were in some trance. As we know, that was 32nd year of Gour Govinda. So Mahaprabhu was already 32 years on the earth. So they couldn't explain.
He was on the earth for 48 years.
30, if he's appeared for 1486.
He was saying he was saying that this is the 30. This happened in the 32nd year that he was here.
Oh, I
That
see.
he appeared, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So Mahaprabhu was on the earth, and they were dancing. They were dancing from July 14th to the beginning of September. It was dancing that was lasting 1 month and a half, a little more. And they couldn't explain what happened. Even today, the doctors and psychiatrists, they tried to explain it was maybe stress or maybe some exhaustion of those local regimes, but they couldn't explain it. They were dancing, 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 and they even tried to do some ritualistic stuff to stop because they consider it satanic job of some unknown forces. But it's very interesting that it doesn't make sense to anyone who doesn't know the story about Sankirtan movement of Mahaprabhu. So it's very mystical thing that happened. And after that, after Mahaprabhu, came many, many, many influences throughout the whole India, and some influences that were, so to say, byproduct of deviations like those sects like Aus, Baus, Gauranga Nagari, Sakibeki, and it was necessary
Those are
for
the Sahaja groups.
Sahaja groups, yes. And it was necessary for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada to come and to make some order in that point of view. And Haridas Prabhu will speak about western part of Srila Prabhupada's preaching.
Okay, good. Thank you. Very nice. I had forgotten that kirtan that he did. Maybe you can sing that, as one of the bhajans on another day. Good, thanks. Very good instructions to the mind. Don't be illusioned by fame, thinking that it's a product of my bhakti. That proves I'm a good devotee. They just gave me a big donation. Vasanti? Yeah, okay. So now we're going to be performing Guru Puja. What kirtan? Prabhupada Arati? Why not Prabhupada Arati? I know, but it takes the same time. Right? Oh, because then I'd have to give the translation. All right, Sri Guru Charana Padma. Okay. All right, so who's going to be leading?
I can.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not. Maybe better if maybe Karma leads.
You don't want to lead? Sorry. And so who's doing the arati? All right, so Haridas is doing arati, and I'm coming. Okay. And yeah. And that's on page what? What page is that on?
Vandamoi Savadana Mate Savadana Mate Vandamoi Savadana Mate Vandamoi Savadana Mate Jara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatari Ajay Jara Prasade Bhai Jara Tari Ajay Krishna Prapti Hoja Hate Krishna Prapti Hoja Hate Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Chitete Koriya Kya Ana Koriya Mane Ase Ana Koriya Mane Asa Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Rati Aise Uttagati He Prasade Pore Sarva Asa 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 Chakshudana Dilaje Janme Janme Prabhu Se Chakshudana Dilaje Chakshudana Dilaje Janme Janme Prabhu Se Chakshudana Dilaje Janme Janme Prabhu Se Divya Gyan Hriday Prakasita Divya Gyan Hriday Prakasita Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita Prema Bhakti Jaha hoite Avidya Vinasa Jate Bhakti Jaya hoite Avidya Vinasa Jate Prema Bhakti Jaha hoite Avidya Vinasa Jate Prema Bhakti Jaha hoite Avidya Vinasa Jate Vedegaya Jahara Charita Vedegaya Jahara Charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Adama Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Prabhu Koro Hare Parachaya Prabhu Kora Daya Deo Hare Parachaya Tua Pare Loinu Sharana Ebeja Shusukche Bhuvana Bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Prabhupada Pavana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Guru Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga 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 Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Flowers can go. Flowers? Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. O Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. O Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. O Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Oh Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura, Haribo. Nitai Gaura, Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura, Haribo. Nitai Gaura, Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Oh Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Oh Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Oh Jaya Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada Oh Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Oh Nitai Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo Oh Nitai Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo Hari Oh